Alright, chat, I'm gonna start up the Kill Preco Heights, but first I need to go use the bathroom so I can get ready for the ice. Okay, I'll be right back.
Should have brought my wrench. Say hello to the sunshine.
Alright, chat, we're gonna start the stopwatch in 3, 2, 1. Alright, chat, to start.
A little this one, a little that, a little yeah. You wish to set course, Capitan?
Let's go. Chat, I'm not trying to do a speed run or nothing, y'all. I'm not trying to do a speed run. Nah. Just gonna get, just gonna do what I gotta do.
So, the multi-million-dollar question. What impulsive purchase did Mr. Rubio make after we robbed him last time? And will he ever learn? I think not. We use our usual entry point for reconnaissance. Light aircraft used by Mr. Rubio's smuggler teams. I have tracked such a plane on its most recent visit to Los Santos. Coordinates are with you now.
Paren, esperen ahí. Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh? Arms out, let's go. Okay, wait over there. They will bring it soon. Go on.
Just because you are disguised as smuggler does not give you free access. As soon as you leave airstrip, be careful. If guards see you in the wrong place and get a proper look at you, they will not give you chance to explain yourself.
Stop! This area is off limits.
Remember, you are not celebrity this time. You are smuggler. Smuggler is disposable if caught in wrong place too many times.
This is gonna mess up my time.
will be the same this time. Signal box may have moved. Check high, check low.
A lot of setbacks, bro. A lot of setbacks. A lot of setbacks. Ew.
I am in. The app is on your phone. Let us do some window shopping, yes?
What are you doing here?
I'm tweaking. I forgot to look for the cameras.
Have a look in the basement. No need to change the winning formula, yes? Well, I
Shitty ass tequila, bro.
bottle of antique tequila.
Actually,
The jewel in the crown of any collection. We take this, we name our price. Cash, good to know. I will mark on planning screen. Getting through the case will be a challenge. Use the wrong tool and you destroy what is inside. I will do some research.
what? I'm speed running Caprico right now. Ain't no way that took me 15 minutes, bro. That was a bad run, chat. I'm usually done a lot quicker. 15 minutes, man. 15 minutes, man. 15 minutes, man.
Welcome back, Capitan. That was a master class in clandestine reconnaissance. And you have a tan, too, no? Now to business. Come over to the screen, and I will give you the tour.
I'm trying to spin up there trying to catch me a roller. Oh, you lacking. On the over. Chef block. I'm the owner. I'm smoking that off. And I'm for he trying to remote. I click this over. He with his kid that I'm kicking.
One of Mr. Rubio's smuggler crews has been caught. This is good news for two reasons. First, it will annoy him very much. Second, we can seize their boat and use it to approach the island as if we were one of his own. The police have not taken it to secure location yet. It is still on a trailer outside the station. We act quickly, we can just drive it away.
What's net cut? What's net cut? Well, on 2K, I'll say Wizard.
So, Capitan, you will do the final stage of
What
this
do you do with
operation
it?
alone, or will you bring accomplices? Yes, you will split the profit, but there is more likely to be profit, and there will be more of you to carry more of it. You think about it, yes?
I want some net cut. How do we tell him, Chris? I know a way. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Nah, I'm trolling.
So we are to do clandestine operation to steal exotic booze? My father will be so proud. Bye.
So, the drainage tunnel. We need special cutting doors to cut the underwater grate. You will find these at many construction sites. Of course, these days, you will also find armed security at many construction sites. Apparently, the citizens of Los Santos have a habit of stealing such things.
How much does net cut cost? Excuse me, bro. Why are you trolling, bro? Do it look like I'm laughing, bro? I don't play games. I'm not silly, bro. I mean business all the time. Hey, kid. Hey, Chris. Don't this kid sound like Nate? Oh, he finna get what happened to Nate, though.
Equipment such as
He
these
better
will
stop.
not be lying around in the open. You
Oh,
will
for real?
need to search toolboxes and such. And you can practice
He's still
clandestine
bad.
maneuvers with weapons, yes. Or find a hard hat and keep your head down.
I'm trolling. How did I even do that?
Well, judging from the shouting in the background, you have been detected.
Wait, what account he play on now? He play on that City Blue account? What happened to you choked? No, I didn't, bro. That was the other account. I remember why. He said that. Remember, he kept singing them songs. He was like, "Shade Blue is my favorite rapper." You chopped for GTA. He said, "Was bro? Our clan name is literally You Chopped. I'm still in that clan. I didn't leave. Yeah, I'm still in that crew. I didn't leave. And the name still You Choke. Yo, kid, can you be quiet? I don't even know you.
Ours is a strange business, Captain. We work so hard to get new weapons, vehicles, equipment, and then afterwards we destroy it all. The only way to be safe, not sorry, yes? We leave behind a single piece of the jigsaw. Mr. Rubio will finish it.
What? Okay, don't turn off my game, bro. I'll get mad. It is charging. Don't touch my game.
If we are going to get into Mr. Rubio's bulletproof display case without breaking what's inside, we will need very specialized tools. Plasma cutter. But tools such as this is very easy to trace, and this is very bad for us, so we borrow it from someone. A gang who is planning the robbery of their own. I have been given tip of their safe house. That is where we start. You know, Captain, I look back at my career and I see
Someone
the
tried to pay
showdown.
$10 over a punching method.
Robberies conducted, the assassinations carried out, the insurrection supported or crushed, the late nights, the early mornings, the fatigue. The diet of red caviar and navy wine, the endless vitamin D supplements. But of course, you ask yourself the same question, yes? And you give the same answer. Money!
Should I do that? Should I do that? Come here, Dot. Come here, Dot. I got a method. Come here, Dot. It's the easiest one, chat. Almost done.
The fingerprint scanner in Mr. Rubio's office is very latest design. Normal hacking tools will be detected immediately and the whole place will be sealed. Our only chance is to acquire Mr. Rubio's fail-safe device, which can reconstruct his fingerprint in case of emergency. This and only this will allow us to hack the system. And to get it, we will need to find the mainland archives of his head of cybersecurity. Start by going to the GPS coordinates I have sent you. The archives are relocated every few weeks. If we want to find out where they are, we need to get into the computer system in this warehouse. It will be highly secure. Perhaps... Or make it easy and kill them, however. There has to be a circuit box not too far from here. Did you let the camera see you? Now the security teams will know you are coming. There will be security inside. If you are not seen by the cameras, you will have element of surprise, yes? Aha, they have seen you, yes? Better not to leave witnesses this time. Find the terminal, anything. A laptop will do. We must hack it and find the archive's current location. This man's security is in serious need of updates. Huh. This would never happen at Russian government troll farm. Good job! We have the location of the archive. Now let's go.
Why are you getting so mad? What do you gotta do?
Almost there. Be careful. There will be more CCTV here. Now, do not get distracted in there. The fail-safe tool will be the size of a credit card. It will have an antenna. Do you have the device? Get it out of there, quickly.
Lies on lies on lies. She geeky. And she thought I was fuck. Lies on lies on lies. Mm-hmm.
In our line of work, it pays to look ahead, Captain, to think of how we cover our tracks. And the most important way will be to destroy all vehicles, weapons, and equipment once we are finished. No loose ends. Mr. Rubio takes hold of loose end, he will strangle you with it, yes.
What the?
Welcome back. There is nothing like successful reconnaissance missions to get the blood pumping, yes? We are ready to plan at your command.
Tell us stop running with Lottie.
Important it is for weapons we use to be unmarked and untraceable. Otherwise, we leave one clue behind and Mr. Rubio will find us sooner or later. My suggestion? Make sure the clue leads him to someone else. I have location of
What'd you
two
say?
operating out of squeaky office block who are bringing a nice little ship
Bro,
of
you know that is
weapons.
gonna end, bro. You know how that's gonna
We
end,
know
bro.
them, take them, and this covers our tracks.
Why would I be ducking you? We both know that's cat, not fact. Let me pat him on the back. You already know that my cat not rat. You still got cat be a rat. She need me. And she thought I was fun. Lies on lies on lies. So as you can see, the airs 108, but then as soon as we hit the ground, chat. As soon as we hit the ground, go so that's why you on the ground a lot, chat. That's why I go on the ground, chat. It's way faster on the ground, chat. Way faster. Way faster, chat. Trying to blow people up, you
You are
man.
not far now. If you do not want to go through the main entrance, there will be quieter option to your roof. Either way, there will be tough and bloody skirmish on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro. It's fucking chicken. Bro.
Was that it? Did it open the locker? Okay, it's one thing to get them. It is another thing to keep them. Get ready. You know, Capitan, in my youth, I would use personal weapons in operations such as... For this reason, I learned my lesson. Nothing personal. Nothing with receipts. Nothing with history. Everything, though. Everything clean.
Bust. No, luckily. Oh. Oh. Are you having trouble? Oh, that was super easy. Oh, I'm never going. Ah!
Welcome back again. I've been thinking. Perhaps Mr. Rubio thinks we are finished with him. He tells himself we would have to be crazy to keep coming back. But he does not appreciate Russian military strategy. We make no distinction between madness and genius, huh? Okay, come on.
No,
Let's give him another lesson.
no,
Not long now till landfall.
no.
GPS trace acquired. I have your location. Once you are inside the compound, I will be able to see you on CCTV.
Prison. Oh, no.
infiltrating private islands on your own. In Russia, we bring friends, and our friends bring bags. More money in bags. Perhaps next time, yes? As my uncle would say, you kill the moose, you carry it home. You understand? Yes. The heavier the things you take, and the slower you will be.
Girl.
Back in the San Capitan. You know, I think Mr. Rubio is best thing that ever happened to us. And we are worst thing ever happened to him, huh? By the way, don't worry about leaving space in your bag for your jacket. I have crafted special compartment for it. Cushion, of course.
What?
Who, me?
The boot?
Oh!
You know, I think this will be the most profitable job of my career. On days like this, I am glad I left the Navy.
Yay!
You know, a man like Mr. Rubio would rather die than abandon his expensive taste, no matter how many times he's robbed. In Russia, we call such men ATM.
Rain has been running for 17 years. It means that many of the teenagers and young adults probably think the same thing about Wilford too. Some of them may question him now, but don't have the information to back up that he's a cruel and brutal leader. However, if we reveal that Wilford is actually stockpiling resources while the back half of the train starts, it may help wake up some of the brainwashed people further up the train. It's important to do this because having allies further up the train can help us later when the rebels do decide to move up towards the engine. There's strength in numbers, especially since the rebels are outweaponed. Even though there isn't a direct line of communication, Gossip travels fast, and Curtis is already receiving messages from someone further up in these containers, so it's possible that regardless of if we make an effort to communicate with them, they will still hear that the rebels have overtaken several carriages. More people in the front will get word of what's happening in the back, especially if the resources we start taking from them affect their day-to-day life. The other thing that Curtis and the other passengers can do is fortify the carriages they've already gained control over. Although they have limited resources, the back half of the train has made do by being innovative and built upon what they already have. They can use the resources they have acquired in these new rooms and apply their imaginations to help build a wall between the freezer compartment and the children's compartment. The freezer compartment in particular looks like it has metal beams that can be used to build these walls.
Nature is nurture. If you travel, you know. Earn your degree online with more than 175 programs. Apply today to Purdue University Global.
Arriving in the back train, the delivery man offers them boiled eggs and tells the passengers that he's got a surprise for them, when suddenly he pulls out a gun, shooting the men down. Meanwhile, in the classroom, the teacher pulls out a submachine gun and kills the father of the missing child in front of the survivors. They hide behind the furniture as Gray here stands up and throws a blade into the teacher's neck. Curtis runs over to his hostage, who insists that this trap wasn't her doing, but that's when they see a terrifying broadcast of Gilliam being shot. Determined to take control of the Snowpiercer, the rebel executes his prisoner for revenge and orders the group to follow him. They walk through these luxury train rooms where all the upper-class passengers live and watch them go. Meanwhile, in the classroom, this train enforcer Franco finds the teacher's dead body lying on the ground and spots the rebels heading towards another section. He fires a shot through the window, forcing the group to find cover. Curtis fires a few shots in the man's direction and stops to reload at the same time as Franco. The passengers move out of cover and they both fire a shot at each other, but they miss. It's clear the man won't stop hunting them down, and he continues making his way through the train to finish the rebels off. Yona warns the group that the man is on their tail, and they hear him shooting from behind the gate. The survivors continue into the next train section before Franco catches up. Approaching the gate, he orders his men to unlock it and enters the sauna section of the train. They search for the poor people, and he fires a shot at a room. A front section passenger falls out, and one of the guards insists he needs to be arrested, but the man quickly shoots him. It's cold-blooded, and he's got no idea this is a trap. Gray kills the other guard and throws a knife into the man's back, while Curtis here pops out of hiding, trying to aim for the right person. Franco knocks his attacker out before Tim's mother runs at him, but that was her biggest mistake. He blocks her and shoots her in the chest. Seizing his opportunity, Curtis attacks the man but quickly gets overpowered and knocked down on the floor. Franco is about to kill him, but the other rebel stops at the last second. Frustrated, the train enforcer fights him off before pushing him against a wall and stabbing the man in the chest. Franco tidies himself up, grabbing a sword from the floor, and searches for the remaining rebels. Opening up another door, he finds this woman silently bathing. He moves her out of the way to reveal the daughter hiding behind the passenger, but then Nam stands up and attacks Franco. He manages to knock him to the floor and starts strangling him. Suddenly, Curtis here wakes up, jamming a sword into the man's side and putting him down, with no idea it didn't kill him. Okay, things have gotten brutally violent here, and the only people that are left alive are Curtis, Nam, and Yona. Keeping Nam alive is necessary for Curtis's overall mission, and if anything happens to Yona, Nam could be essentially useless because she's already out of it. Pushing ahead and using violence has been the only way to get ahead here, and things are bound to get risky again. The only problem is that Curtis is even more outmanned and outnumbered if Wilfred has more cronies right around the corner, and Nam is the only other person who has some fighting abilities. The men have guns that they can now use, so if it were me, I would take the rest of the passengers hostage to force Wilfred to come to us. At this point, our options are extremely limited. Going outside is a freezing cold alternative that could immediately kill us, and pushing ahead has unknown risks with a skeleton crew of rebels. However, what we know so far about all of the people in the train cars is that they are living lives of luxury and are comfortable. Now that we have guns, regardless of if they have bullets left, it would be easy to scare them and force them to listen to our every order. Anyone that's left behind us that has been sent by Wilfred has already been killed, so we don't risk this threat. There are also other passengers in the back of the train that are still living in squalor. Even though the strongest pushed ahead to take control of the train, if we give them the guns left over from the dead assassins we killed, then they could help maintain order over the train. This is also an interesting opportunity to start working with and creating alliances with some of the front of the carriage passengers, because after Curtis kills Wilfred, he still has to figure out what to do with them. Sure, he could kill them all, but how is he going to run the train if none of the passengers in the back know how it works? Doing this now would create much less bloodshed and may reveal more strategic ways to take control over the engine. Once Curtis has all of the passengers corralled in one location, we can ask who is familiar with how the engine runs. Nam here has been useful to us because he's familiar familiar with the security system and unlocking doors, but his knowledge is limited to this area of expertise. Some of these passengers could serve important roles in the train's overall function, which would help us stop the train and force Wilford to come out and confront us. There's also possibly passengers that are disgruntled with the way Wilford runs things, or are willing to sell him out for the chance to live. By strategizing here for what will happen after we kill Wilford, we may be able to gain more allies that can help us overtake him in a less risky and more efficient way. That's when Curtis checks on Tim's dying mother and takes out the drawing of her son, promising to find the boy as she dies in front of them. The group continues through the train and enter this nightclub section where Curtis storms through the crowd of drunk party goers. Walking through this boiler room, Curtis reaches the gate that Gilliam spoke of, where Wilford is waiting. He orders Nam to open the door, throwing all of his chrono at the man, and bangs on the gate in frustration. Nam manages to push him off and sits Curtis down before offering him his final cigarette. The rebel questions him on the tails section, asking if he knows what happened when they first boarded. Curtis explains that they were taken away and placed in the back of the train without food or water. They were forced to eat other passengers after a month, and Curtis here breaks down, admitting that he had no option but to join. He continues by explaining a story where a woman was hiding with her baby. She was killed and the newborn was taken away, but an old man interrupted to offer up his own arm in place of the child. Curtis reveals the baby was Edgar, and he was one of the men responsible for murdering his mother. Tearing up, Curtis explains that he's now waited 18 years to confront the leader, and begs Nam to open the final gate. That's when the security expert points to another door, and reveals that it's been frozen shut for years, but offers him another plan of escape if they can manage to get it open. Curtis questions how they would survive without freezing, but Nam explains that he saw a crashed frozen airplane while passing by the Yekaterinburg Bridge. He's taken a look at it every new year, noticing the vehicle has slowly been unfreezing itself over the course of 10 years. He explains that the snow is melting, and it's a sign there might be a livable environment outside. Curtis tells him to lay off the chrono, insisting that it's making him come up with crazy theories. But the man reveals he has a genius plan. The chrono rocks he's been asking for is a highly flammable material, and it can be used to create a makeshift bomb. Explaining he's gathered enough to create an explosive brick. He plants it into the side door and demands his matches back, but Curtis refuses. Suddenly, the gate opens, and this woman shoots him. As he collapses in pain, she invites Curtis to a dinner on behalf of Wilford and takes him past the gate into the engine room. Make me better. Okay, Curtis here has been welcomed to finally meet Wilford and confront him face to face. He's finally getting what he wants, and it seems like this is the perfect opportunity for him to kill Wilford. However, there are a couple things weird about this situation that Curtis should be aware of going into his dinner. The first is that although Curtis is starving, he shouldn't eat any of the food that Wilford gives him. This is a quick and easy way for him to be killed without anyone having to get their hands dirty. And this would be an incredibly stupid way for Curtis to die after having killed and fought his way to the front. The other thing is that Curtis should probably change his objective from killing Wilford to escaping the train through the side door. As counterintuitive as that might seem, Nam has just revealed a crucial piece of information in telling Curtis that he thinks the snow outside is melting. Although he could be wrong and Curtis could be killed if he escapes, the idea that Nam is right is further reinforced by him being immediately shot after saying this. Nam not only provides Curtis with an example of why he thinks his theory is true, but he also gives him the solution to escape it. Prior to this, Nam and Curtis were sitting outside of Wilford's headquarters, and it wasn't until Curtis was given this opportunity that Wilford chose to have dinner with him. Wilford is potentially trying to pacify Curtis here now that he knows that there's another option than staying on the train. The other reason that escaping is a good option is because Curtis literally has no plans on how to handle the train after he kills Wilford. All of his strongest and smartest allies in the rebellion are dead, and there are tons of other passengers in the front carriages that he will either have to create alliances with and kill. Unless he has a good plan for how to leave the train, it's possible that the front carriage passengers will revolt against him after Wilford is dead because he doesn't have a plan and their lives will be significantly worse. Curtis should find a way to stop the train first and then blow open the door with Chrono and freeze people. This way they can get off and try to make a new society outside of Wilford's control. The best way to do this would be to take Wilford hostage first, while Curtis collects resources and then blow up the train door so they are not totally unequipped to restart their lives. Yona is also the last person left alive except for Curtis. She'll be able to tell him before moving ahead with this plan whether or not it will work using her clairvoyant abilities. Wilford welcomes Curtis, offering up food, and congratulates him on being the first person to ever walk his train from start to finish. The rebel insults the engineer for never visiting the tail section and questions how he can live like this knowing that passengers are suffering. Wilford explains that everyone has a purpose in order to maintain balance on the train, insisting that they needed a system to replace natural selection. He compliments the man on his use of torches midway through the train, commenting that he and Gilliam didn't plan for Curtis to get this far. Shocked, the rebel questions what Wilford means and is told that the old man had been secretly working with the train engineer. The insurgency was meant to enter Yekaterina tunnel, and the surviving passengers were to be sent back with much more room than they had before. Gilliam was punished for causing too many deaths in the front section, and the train engineer calls his assistant to tally up the tail section numbers. The man confirms that 74% of the passengers have been purged, but Wilford insists he spare 18% and turns the phone to Curtis as he hears gunshots ring through. Furious, the rebel slams his fist on the table, and the woman fires a shot off before the train engineer scolds her to be careful of the engine. There's nothing that Curtis can do to help, and Wilford continues to lecture him while cleaning the machine, reinforcing the need to have a revolt inside the train. He then offers to show Curtis something amazing and brings him closer to the engine. Outside the room, the girl wakes up and notices her dad is bleeding. He's about to explain his plan to get the chrono, but notices a passenger is about to attack her and fights him off. Knocking the man down into the gears, the security expert realizes that the other frightened passengers have gathered to kill them and tells his daughter to get the gate open. It's the only way they can get the chrono and use it to blow open a hole to the outside world. Meanwhile, Wilford asks the rebel when was the last time he'd been alone on this train and gives him time to collect his thoughts. Curtis looks at the engine, breaking down into tears as he experiences silence for the first time in years and collapses. That's when he's given a personal message, and he opens up to discover a red letter with the word train on it. Wilford explains that he wants the rebel to take over and keep his engine going, ensuring that what's left of humanity stays alive. That's when Yona manages to get the gate open, and the engineer's assistant goes outside to see who it is, but gets killed from behind by the daughter. She quickly searches the dead body for the chrono, as Curtis watches her father fight off an impending horde. The engineer tells him that it's his destiny to take over the train, convincing him to give up on everyone he fought for just as Yona runs up to him. She begs for the match, but he pushes her away. Horrified, the girl backs off and uses her psychic powers, detecting someone is underneath the floor. She quickly starts to remove a tile, and Curtis helps her when they discover something horrifying. The kidnapped child Tim is working inside and making sure the train is operating. Wilford then reveals that since the parts for the engine have been wearing out, he's had to take the poor people's children who are small enough to fit in the spaces below and use them as living train parts. Wilford then reveals more. She quickly starts to remove a tile, and Curtis helps her when they discover something horrifying. The kidnapped child Tim is working inside and making sure the train is operating. Wilford then reveals that since the door, she quickly starts to remove a tile, and Curtis helps her when they discover something horrifying. The kidnapped child Tim is working inside and making sure the train is operating. Wilford then reveals that since the parts for the engine have been wearing out, he's had to take the poor people's children who are small enough to fit in the spaces below and use them as living train parts. It makes Curtis furious, and he knocks the man out, determined to rescue Tim. With no time to waste, he shoves his arm through a spoke and stops the gears before giving the girl the matchbox. She quickly leaves the room and runs outside and uses them. When was the last time he'd been alone on this train, and gives him time to collect his thoughts. Curtis looks at the engine, breaking down into tears as he experiences silence for the first time in years and collapses. That's when he's given a personal message, and he opens up to discover a red letter with the word train on it. Wilford explains that he wants the rebel to take over and keep his engine going, ensuring that what's left of humanity stays alive. That's when Yona manages to get the gate open, and the engineer's assistant goes outside to see who it is, but gets killed from behind by the daughter. She quickly searches the dead body for the chrono, as Curtis watches her father fight off an impending horde. The engineer tells him that it's his destiny to take over the train, convincing him to give up on everyone he fought for just as Yona runs up to him. She begs for the match, but he pushes her away. Horrified, the girl backs off and uses her psychic powers, detecting someone is underneath the floor. She quickly starts to remove a tile, and Curtis helps her when they discover something horrifying. The kidnapped child Tim is working inside and making sure the train is full. She quickly starts to remove a tile, and Curtis helps her when they discover something horrifying. The kidnapped child Tim is working inside and making sure the train is operating. Wilford then reports. She quickly starts to remove a tile, and Curtis helps her when they discover something horrifying. The kidnapped child Tim is working inside and making sure the train is operating. Wilford then reveals that since the parts for the engine have been wearing out, he's had to take the poor people's children who are small enough to fit in the spaces below and use them as living train parts.
1 hour, 10 minutes, 13.26 seconds, bro. That's too long. That's too long, chat. That's too long. That's how long it took me to do all the setups in the heist for Caprica. This is the longest it took ever. I'm usually done in like 45 minutes.
If you've got half a brain, you'll know what's happening just by walking around the place. But this home screen will show you the club's popularity and the warehouse's stock in nice, easy-to-understand charts, like you're an idiot or an investment banker. For the club, popularity means feet are coming through the door. There's cash in the tills, and everyone's happy. For the warehouse, your techs will push your other businesses to generate illicit goods, and they'll all get stockpiled in here. Your whole criminal empire under this one roof. The techs do the work buying, stealing, or producing, and all you need to worry about is selling the stuff, offloading illegal product, and bringing in nice, legal, laundered cash. Then this is the warehouse page. You'll see any and all of the illegal businesses you own registered here. Assign a warehouse tech to the product you want to stockpile, and they'll use your established network to bring that in. At no additional cost or effort to you. You've got one tech at the moment, but you can hire additional people for additional products on this page too. Here's where you book the talent. Any DJs Dave is talking to will show up here. Then you can choose who you want in residence. Solomon is killing it up there right now, but if you feel like you need to freshen things up, there are some options. Come through to the nightclub management tab and you'll see some more numbers if that's your kind of thing. Run promotions for the club by hitting, you guessed it, Promote Club. The staff, the DJs, me, will all be doing everything we can to run a banging night. But to get the buzz, increase popularity, we'll need to promote it. Run a job and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Greetings, new user. The wonders of modern technology have gifted us a small oasis in this desert of our surveillance state. This brief respite from the X-ray gaze of civil servants, spooks, and spouses. So, let's use it to make as much moolah as we can. Should you like, I can help you produce, market, and sell quality counterfeit documents, unimpeachable fake cash, dank-ass marijuana, Moorish methamphetamine, or your realtor's favorite cocaine. With my vast knowledge and your time, effort, and bank, we'll be unstoppable. Please be advised, only one business of each type can be owned. Resupplies and sales are your responsibility. Administrative fees will be charged for every transaction, and your business may draw unwanted attention from law enforcement or other malefactors, but that's half the fun. Message me for further details. Your friend, Long John Teabag. Okay, so you've had a look at the place. It's prime.
New vehicle.
Huh?
And so when the game was released on PlayStation,
Alright, hold on.
it had much better
I'm
graphics than
almost
we
done
could-
with this thing.
main entrance. I've been looking for you. We're gonna have a good time in here.
This is the upgrades page. Improve security or modernize some of the equipment downstairs. Whatever you need to increase productivity. And that's about it. Good luck. And remember, I didn't know any of this was going on.